Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LSL 17. We are getting started with the semifinals. My name is Falcoflyer, and I am joined here by Day. Day, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite fine. I thought I would have missed this block, but I was told by Javelin Company that I was not, so I was in a bit of a rush for no reason.
Hey, well, we are glad you are here, and we are having a wonderful set that we are going to be showing you guys. It is going to be Rolling Squids versus Splatalot. I know we saw Splatalot earlier today. Both of these teams won their quarterfinals 3-1, so no clean sweeps for either team just yet, and we are going to be starting off with Splat Zones on the Wreath. I had the pleasure of commentating this specific map and mode yesterday during SAC, and it is actually one of my preferred split Splat Zones. What about you?
I'm personally not a fan of split Splat Zones maps myself, but if I really had to be honest, yeah, I can agree with the Reef. As a Dynamo main, I feel like just taking control of the bridge and watching either side will be really advantageous.
Yeah, we can definitely see maybe some ballers coming in, some sloshers. Really, whoever controls that bridge is going to be taking the lead. And our teams are ready, so let's bring you game one of our semifinals, Rolling Squids versus Splatalot.
So, you see there, yeah, the double armor comp coming up from Splatalot and the double Booyah Bomb, which the weapons are a bit unorthodox, but...
Yeah, they are, but you know, if you have the specials to support them, it's going to be really nice. So Splatalot is able to take the zone pretty quickly. They're going to get down to 93, and it is now going to be contested by Rolling Squid as Splatalot tries to take it over for just a brief moment. Nobody's been splatted yet. All players have been alive this entire 30 seconds.
Oh, as you say that, commentator's curse, 2 go down on Rolling Squids and 1 goes down on Splatalot. And the bridge is immediately taken care of, and now the teams just really have to worry about just taking control of the plat on the other team's side.
Yeah, Splatalot doing a really good job just holding onto this zone even when they do have a player disadvantage, but right now they do have 2 players down, so we do see one of their players back up, especially to these missiles. You're going to have to always be moving. They have the Booyah Bomb ready, they have armor coming in. Rolling Squid's now trying to get some more and more points as they get to 79, and they are going to lose the zone. It is now going to be contested once again, but players trying to get these picks before they get the zone, and Rolling Squids look like they are coming in to recap it.
And you saw on that left side that the K-Gal and the Bamboo were in a 1v1. Now, usually you'd believe the K-Gal would take that 1v1 on by itself, but someone else dropped down and got the trade, and that's really what the catalyst about how Rolling Squids is able to take the zone, but they do lose control, so it's really just a mixed game on split zones maps because you don't want to lose control of one side or else it's going to be pretty disastrous.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say both of these teams are taking a really nice 2 players down there on Splatalot, but these players are being a little more conservative right now, which is not really a bad thing. It's just kind of a slower pace, but it seems to be working out for the Rolling Squids as they are able to cap once again. And now we are going to see that Booyah Bomb come in on one of the sides of these Splat Zones. Not quite enough to take over the zone just yet, but now Splatalot is able to take the zone. Can they get rid of some of their penalty points as they have a two-player advantage, but they do lose control of the zone. They are able to take it over. Let's see if they take the lead.
And as we're seeing right now, the Heavy's in a really strong position. You want them positioned on the bridge because they have control where everyone is. They can see where everyone is. They have that high advantage point, and they can easily call out to their teammates because they have the advantage point. And now as we see, Rolling Squids will take back the zone, but is immediately and back in control. They are back in control, and we see a fight, and the NZAP gets the kill on the other, and we're just swapping control back and forth.
Yeah, and there were 3 players down there on Splatalot, so that's going to be really nice for Rolling Squid. If only they could have kept control of that zone for a split second longer a while back in order to maintain the lead. Unfortunately, they don't have it right now, but a nice snipe from the Bamboo. Will this be enough for them to take it? It looks like Yum is going to have to be backing out just a little bit as now Rolling Squid has 3 players down. This is going to be really nice for Splatalot to dwindle away at their penalty points and potentially extend their lead as we have a minute and a half left.
And as we see, these teams are both evenly matched. No one's really gotten a big advantage as it's coming down to players just being splatted around simultaneously to one another. That's why we're really keeping this match really close, and that's why no one's able to pull away, because everyone's just gathering specials and just keeping their distance and taking fights when they can.
Yeah, and neither team is below 50 yet, and we have just about a minute into this game, or minute left in this game. So a very slow pace, but these teams are taking their time, and they are very evenly matched, it appears. So this is kind of setting the tone maybe for the set, as Rolling Squids now takes the lead, but they do have 2-on-2, as I should say. Can Rolling Squids take back the zone? No, they can't. So it is going to go to Splatalot. Now, will they be able to get the lead as they dwindle away at their points? Let's see if it is enough, as some of these members get in position to try and watch a few flanks, and they are able to take the lead and get below 50 remaining.
And you see, it's been the story of this game. We get back and forth control, and then one team gets it, and one team doesn't. And then, yeah, we see Squids getting finally below 50. It only took 4 minutes. But yeah, the teams are now, I feel like now, with less than a minute, like less than 20 seconds left, these teams are going to have to be more aggressive. And with Yumi here just painting for dear life, they only have 10 seconds left, and they don't have the player advantage. The zones go to Splatalot. They only get back in the next 5 seconds. I don't know. I don't think they have the firepower to do it. Oh, 2 down.
Ooh, let's see.
So not enough.
Oh.
No.
Not enough. So it is going to be very, very close. But Splatalot is going to be walking away, winning game 1. What a very, very close set to start off this semifinals.
And that's definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the set. Because as you saw the first few minutes, these teams were evenly matched. They didn't want to push in with what they had because they were just gathering specials and just working together. But then as you see, when they get to the zone, 2 or more go down and just ends up as a stalemate. So no one can really get a clear advantage.
Exactly. We didn't really see any wipe, and there was rarely an opportunity that either team had a 3-player advantage. I think there was only one moment where I could count that there was 1 player alive on either team, so just back and forth the entire time. But next we're going to be moving on to tower control on Anchovy Games. And will we see something similar to that we saw in game 1? I really don't know what to expect, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, you can see Anchovy is usually one of the more aggressive tower control maps, and assuming that there's still a bamboo going, I feel like they'd want to take control of their fan immediately to establish some sort of presence in the air and be able to pick off anyone that they see. Because you're really gonna, before you push on Anchovy, you're gonna want to have that wall painted on the left side so you can support the tower.
Indeed, and we'll see what weapon choices that these two teams use. Will we see the double Booyah Bomb once again? Hard to tell. You know, I personally don't know what types of weapons these players have in their pockets, what they like to pull out every once in a while. But our teams are ready, so let's bring you guys Game 2, Tower Control on Anchovy Games.
The vanilla jet squelcher and the hero heavy Splatlet on one team. Usually you would run the custom jet squelcher on maps like this. I feel like Rolling Squids feels like the double missile comp is going to be suited much better for them.
Yeah, and both players have a K-Shot and an N-Zap, so we're going to see some armor, we're going to see some missiles. There was one player that went down very early. I don't know how they got splatted.
I'm pretty sure they fell off the map.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So just, again, the same story as the first match, just trying to establish control. But we do see that Nautilus, yeah, it traded the Nautilus. I saw them poking off the fan. And it's really just a story of keeping control of mid and just getting those fans in your favor, because you can use that as a flank route, you can use that as a vantage point. Fan is essentially what you need for this.
Yeah, there were really nice double there by MIA. There was an opportunity for Rolling Squids to try and push at the very beginning, but that quickly got countered as Splatalot now is to their very first checkpoint, and some of their players are in a very good position to help escort this tower and push it up, as Trick is able to get past his first checkpoint no problem at all. They are going to be having some armor, they're going to have some missiles coming towards them too. Can they keep extending this lead and get to the second checkpoint? Let's see.
Rolling Squids is doing a really nice job of defending this. one player down the other side of Splatalot, and that's effectively going to end this push. But now we see one going down rolling Squids, and we're just going back to the same thing. Splatalot still keeping control of mid and just keeping the presence in their favor.
And we do see an array come out for Rolling Squids. Tower is now back at mid, 4v4. So Rolling Squids, they are going to try and get some of these picks. They do have a one-player advantage right now. Will they get on the tower? And it looks like they are going to now. Toasty is going to be hopping on the tower for just a little bit, but still trying to push some of these players out, but is now going to go down to a suction bomb, and there are 3 players down now on Rolling Squids.
And I believe that bomb was the catalyst to why that push wasn't able to begin, because the bomb on the tower, usually you're going to want it, it's going to be a gamble because you don't know if it's going to explode behind you, whether you won't be hit or whether you will be hit by it or not. And then that just led the catalyst to all the members of Rolling Squids going down and for Splatalot to continue that push for that second checkpoint.
And right now, Splatalot trying to extend their lead, getting to 46. It's going to be tricky because they don't really have the player advantage right now, so they're just trying to send players in one by one, and it looks like they won't be able to extend their push. Rolling Squids are now going to try and take care of zone, but look, we have some jumpers. This might catch this Rolling Squid team off guard as they are now trying to paint mid because they're looking to see where they're going to come out, but they are able to get a few picks. Can they get one more? But now 3 players are down on Rolling Squid. Splatalot needs to take advantage of this opportunity to try and extend their lead.
And we see, we didn't really get a chance to see the jumps work out because immediately as the jumps were coming in, we saw the missiles being fired off, so that essentially gave away their spot, and that's why they were able to defend that so well. And now we see Splatalot going again for that second checkpoint, albeit they don't have the man advantage, so it's just going to be another stalemate. See the K-shot being pesky with a knot, and you don't know how this will end out. Usually this will be a favor, and it does end up in favor for K-shot, and as they try to just keep the tower in their favor.
Yeah, they are just trying to keep this pressure up as we have a minute 30 remaining. Rolling Squids is doing everything they possibly can to try and stop this. The tower is now going to get to the second checkpoint very, very close as a few players back up to try and use some missiles. But now the tower is going to go back, even though there are 2 players down on Rolling Squids. Splatalot now back on the tower, but just unfortunately can't really push it that far, as it looks like Trick is on the tower, but has to back off. And this 44 curse, they cannot get it past this. But Rolling Squid really going to need to turn it up a little bit if they want to try and get past their 96 that they got to.
And Splatalot really hasn't had to push that much because they know they're keeping the flow of the game in their favor. They have the members to keep up. As I say that, 2 members immediately go down on Splatalot. This might be the last chance for Rolling Squids to get anything going.
Yeah, Rolling Squids now trying to get to their first checkpoint. Can they do it? Just trying to take out this K-shot, and they are able to take out the K-shot. So what do you do now if you're Splatalot? Do you try and stop them from getting past this checkpoint? Because, I mean, checkpoints are huge in this game. Or do you want to try and be patient because you know you have a little bit of room? But they are able to get past this checkpoint and push forward just a little bit as they are now approaching this second checkpoint. Can they get to it? Can they take the lead? Let's see if they can do it. So close. Oh, they do.
And they do.
What a fantastic finish for Rolling Squids, able to win game 2. They really couldn't push this tower until the last 30 seconds of this game, but they took advantage of that time, were able to push, were able to get past the second checkpoint, and were able to get the win. We are now tied 1-1.
And as we saw, the heavy for Splatalot went down immediately, and that's not what you want. You want them to just be backed up, getting that Stingray ready, because they were pushed up on the fan, and that's not where you want them to be in the last 10 seconds. You want to be gathering that Stingray and be ready for that tower, because you know a big push is going to be surmounting.
And we want to welcome everybody who is watching the Dapple production stream. Welcome to Little Squid League 17. My name is Falco Flyer. I'm here with the day, and we are in the middle of our semifinals. You are watching Rolling Squids versus Splatalot, and you guys came at the perfect time to watch a very clutch ending. We are going to be moving on to Rainmaker Sturgeon Shipyard, and I'm a fan of this map mode combo. What about you?
I am Sturgeon's my favorite map in general, and as you see, there are a couple routes that people will go with on Sturgeon. You either have that right side where you climb up the wall, or on the far left side, which is usually the more gamble side, because you have two options. You have the sponge that you can try to push up, but it's not as common, or you can try that jump on the top left and get as many points as possible.
Indeed. And again, like, are we going to compare this to game 2 where Rolling Squids, you know, they really struggled kind of towards the beginning, but then came out at the very end and got the win? Or are we going to see kind of just a very fast match? We haven't seen any quick matches yet so far, but let's see what happens here. Game 3, Rolling Squids Splatalot. They are tied 1-1. Let's go.
And Rainmaker is very notorious for ending quickly, but as we see, you essentially see the same comps. Well, not really, because on Splatalot we have a custom Splatter Shot Junior. That's not really what you'd expect. Usually you'd be wanting the vanilla Junior to get that bomb pressure and just be the presence for armor.
That's right, and these two teams are now contesting for the pop, but it is going to go to Rolling Squids. They aren't going to be picking it up just yet because there was a Splatling that was just there waiting for somebody in case they were to pick it up. We do see armor on the side of Rolling Squids, but still a 4v4, and it looks like there is going to be a trade. Now we have 3v3, 2 players now down on Splatalot. Will this be an opportunity for Rolling Squids? And they are going to now be picking it up, taking it to, it looks like they were going to go to the right side, but are now going to be switching over to the left. But it's going to be really hard to survive against this array, and they are going to go down. So only a push to 70.
And I feel like that Ray slowed down the jump so they couldn't get any further. And it's really an advantageous point for a spot lane on Rainmaker, because you have that Ray, you know when someone's going to pick it up, and more than likely you're going to have that presence. And as we see, we're trying to get flankers from Rolling Squids, but they are called out immediately and taken and dealt with. But the K-Shot behind is still going. They don't notice it, and is eventually taken out, but only a push to 88 as one member of Rolling Squids remains.
Yeah, so right now, Splatalot, they're going to want to try and extend this lead just a little bit to potentially gain, or actually get the lead now, as they are trying to push forward, but we do now have our 4v4. Can they get past the 70 mark? They're going to have to avoid some missiles, going to be changing track just a little bit, having to be a little more patient, as 2 players are now down on Rolling Squid. So this is really nice for Splatalot, but avoiding these missiles is going to be really hard. They are able to take the lead, but are then going to be going down to the Inkjet. 3 players now down on Splatalot.
It's the same thing we've seen for the past couple matches. There's going to be a big push, and several members of both teams are going to be taken out. So we're left with a stalemate like we are now. Sure, Rolling Squid side, sure, Splatalot has the lead, but really at what cost? It's only by 3, and they really couldn't get anything going after that.
And now Rolling Squid's going to lose the Rainmaker kind of near mid a little bit. So Splatalot still has the lead 67 to 70 as we have a 4v4 just about halfway through this match. So again, no major pushes that we have so far. We're just going to be seeing so many Tenta missiles in this match. That's basically what I've been taking away. But now Rolling Squids has the Rainmaker. They're going to be trying to push up this left side once again, but there are 2 players down on Splatalot. This is going to be really nice, but having to avoid these missiles, they're going to change course a little bit, try and just go towards Sponge, but are then going to be going down.
That's not really, it was in your favor too, because the spot lane was down. They didn't have that rate, and they had so much control of that left side. Then they just kept getting taken down one by one. It's just they've been ending pushes, but even though they haven't had to, they've been running face first into danger, even though when they've had the advantage, it hasn't worked out for them.
That's right, and again, we still see 4v4 as there is 1 player that goes down on both teams. Splatalot still has the Rainmaker, able to get a few good picks, and it looks like Yum was going to try and push forward. They are going to get to 62, so just above this right wall. Can Splatalot extend this lead? With a minute and a half left, 4v4. More missiles are going to be coming out from both teams too. We need to do a missile count at the end of this match because we're going to be, again, we've seen so many.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. Yeah, we're gonna be here a lot. But yeah, as you see, they're not worried about the push right now. They're backing up. They're just keeping control in the game. They're keeping control and flow of the game in their favor. There's currently 1 down on Rolling Squids, and it's just been working out in the flow for Splatalot because they've been able to keep mid in their favor and not allow Yoon here to get set up. But as I say that, another missile.
And at the same time, 62 is not the best lead in this game. So while you have the lead and neither team has really been that aggressive when pushing the Rainmaker, that is a wipe. That is huge for Splatalot if they can try and extend this lead. They are going to be pushing this right side now, as members of Rolling Squids are now going to be coming in. But you have enough time to kind of stall, but how conservative do you want to be here? You are going to be able to get some picks with this Rainmaker and this Rain and Tenta missiles coming in, so it is going to be working out for them. Let's see if they really try and push it. They're going to have to watch for flanks. Now going to change sides, going towards the sponge. And I think they might be in the clear as they had a 2-player advantage. And it looks like Splatalot is going to be walking away with this win for Game 3.
And that wipe essentially set the table for what the rest of the match would be like, because Rolling Squids couldn't get back there fast enough. Even with the missiles, they weren't able to pick off the Rainmaker. And again, as you said, let's just see how many missiles they ended up with on both teams.
So it looks like we have 12...
23 missiles.
Yeah, 23, yeah.
Wait, no, I was reading the Storm. That's my bad.
Sorry. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 missiles from... 18
missiles.
Yeah. So quite a bit there. And yeah, so good job to Splatalot for getting that win. You know, they seem to be in control kind of that entire time. But again, a lead 62-70 is not very much. So they did exactly what they needed to do. They're like, we have to be aggressive and we have to be patient at the same time. And holding that Rainmaker in the last 30 seconds was really, really nice for them. So coming up, we have Game 4. Remember, this is a best of 5. So Splatalot, they need to win this next match if they want to move on to the finals. And we have Claim Blitz on Humpback Pump Track.
Humpback is usually one of the more infamous maps, and you can't really. It's a control map. You don't know whether one team's going to push or not because there's so many flanking options. And the popular side is on that right flank where they just want to keep pressure and keep it in their favor. I feel like we'll see a double missile armor comp again, so they can get their pushes organized and get the flanks going.
Absolutely, and this is one of the stages where if you drop down too early and somebody from the enemy team is flanking and throwing clams in, it can be a nightmare because you have to jump back to your spawn if you want to try and get them. You don't want to drop down too early. So these teams are now ready. Let's bring you Game 4. Splatalot is looking to get this win to move on to the finals. Rolling Squids looking to move on to Game 5.
And we see a Squeezer and Explosher on the side of Rolling Squids. Usually Explosher is one of the more popular picks on this map because you can essentially just stay by the basket and just pick people off that try and get too close. On the side of Splatalot, we see that Custom Junior again. I feel like they liked the Storm before, and as it kept just map in their favor, and they have the paint and they have the presence.
Indeed, and right now teams are trying to take control of mid, and it looks like mid is in favor of Splatalot as they do have a player advantage. Both teams now trying to go get some clams, and they both have they both have the same amount, essentially 13 and 12, but one of the players from Rolling Squids is going to go down. There is a power claim on the side of Splatalot. Can they get to this basket? Unfortunately, no. That was a very nice stop by Rolling Squid. All of their teammates came back to prevent that push, as this power claim is probably going to go away.
Yeah, it was kind of a reckless decision by the Tri, because sure, there were a couple coming in from that right side, but they weren't going to come there in time to support the push, and you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush in by yourself because there are consequences to that. And we see Rolling Squids gain control back quite easily, but it's really now a mixed control in favor of who has the map because it's really even on both sides.
Yeah, it certainly is. I don't think we have a power clam on either team just yet.
No, we do not, no.
Yeah, but we have 9 clams ready on one of the players on Splatalot, and it looks like it is going to be the remix. Are they going to be trying to pick up a 10th clam? Not quite yet, as they are now being contested and pressured, pushed back. They are now going to be getting a power claim, and a member on Rolling Squids has a power claim too, but they do have a 1-player... Now it is even. They did have a 1-player disadvantage. What are they going to be doing with this power claim? They need to get a little bit more map control. They're going to have to just throw it away a little bit as the rest of their teammates try and come in and help.
You see the Explosion just barely getting out. It looks like they could have gotten picked up by the missiles, but are able to back up Then there's a storm. There's a tri-slosher. Everyone's coming for them, and there comes a push immediately by Splatalot. If it doesn't work the first time, try the second time, and it's more even fruitful.
And yeah, we are going to see our first score of the game. Splatalot is going to be breaking this barrier, still throwing some claims in, even though they have a player disadvantage, getting all the way down to 50, it looks like. And this basket is still open, so look at that map control too. Look at mid. That is just all green, favoring Splatalot.
And it was a great push, and now they're down to 50. But now the control's going back into rolling squids. It's that rotating control. You're down to 2 minutes left. Are you gonna see get pushed? Are we gonna see anything coming from rolling squids?
You know, they did have 3 specials ready. They did go player down, and now they have 2 specials remaining. They don't unfortunately have a player advantage, and they're not really gathering the claims that they need, as this is just a straight up battle at mid. As we do see a Booyah Bomb thrown, we see missiles being thrown, and this could be another push for Splatalot, as they do have a one player advantage, but those bubbles came in hot, and that is really nice for Rolling Squids, as they now have a power claim.
And now we have the 2 just respawn on the side of Splatalot, so this is really the best chance for Rolling Squids to get a push. We see the ends up getting an armor and getting a bomb kill. Are they going to rush in and get that power claim? It looks like no. They do. They almost do, but they're taken out by the splatter shot. They do end up getting the power claim in, but at what cost?
That's right. There are 2 players alive. Neither of them have claims, so unfortunately for them, it's going to be kind of an empty push with just getting the power claim in. That's going to be giving a power claim to Splatalot, as we have 1 minute remaining, and this map is looking more and more green towards mid. So this is going to be really nice for Splatalot, but we are going to be seeing a baller come in. Unfortunately, not for them, not going to be doing a ton, but Rolling Squid's going to be trying to get some of these claims, but it's hard when you are a player down.
This is really the make or break situation for Rolling Squids. You have 2 down, and you don't have a lot of time left to figure out what you need to do. And we see Splatalot gets another claim in, but like Rolling Squids earlier push, they don't have much presence. Now we see 3 down on the side of Splatalot. This is really Rolling Squids' last chance if they want to do anything.
That's right, they are going to be getting a power claim. 30 seconds remaining. They're going to have to time this push accordingly, wait for all their specials to come, and just try and get as many claims in as possible. But unfortunately for them, it is not going to be working out right now, because they do go 3 players down as the Splatalot team continues to push forward. They are now at Rolling Squid's basket. They're going to be throwing a claim in. They just need 1 claim thrown at the 1 second mark, and that could be game, and it is.
That's game.
So Splatalot is going to be winning and moving on to the finals as we complete this best of 5 series. Splatalot is they won 3-1. Such a great effort from both teams.
And it was really a back and forth effort from the beginning. You could see neither of these teams were just fighting for it. They wanted it. But it was just the story of the game was just the stalemates. There were tons of them. When 2 players went down on one team, 2 players went down on another. But on maps like Humpback, where you have to be more aggressive, you really have to consider the fact that your man advantage is going to be important. You don't want to take control of those trenches, especially in that case.
Absolutely. So with that, Splatalot going to be moving on to the finals, and they will be facing Apocalypse, who won their set against I just see Pickup. I don't see their whole team name, but they won 3-1. So again, that is going to be a fantastic best of 7 set coming up. But before that, I believe we are going to be taking a little bit of a break. But you guys stay tuned, because we have finals coming up.